An iconic company built on one enduring brand since 1869 is feeding the world, and soup is only just the start.
Today we're getting a rare pullback from one of the most amazing stories out there. It's a transformation of a packaged food company. I'm talking about Campbell Soup, which has undergone an incredible change since Denise Morrison took over as CEO a little less than 5 years ago. These days, nearly every major packaged food company is trying to get itself more natural and organic. But under Morrison's leadership, Campbell Soup started cashing in on the healthy eating craze years before it became cool. It started in August of 2012 when she bought Bolthouse Farms, a maker of high-value-added natural beverage products like juices, smoothies, protein drinks, and that's for $1.5 billion, and my favorite, which are the salad dressings. Then a year later, she snapped up Plum Organics, a maker of organic snack foods for babies, toddlers, and children. Fast forward to June of last year, Campbell's acquired Garden Fresh Gourmet, #1 maker of refrigerated salads in the U.S., along with hummus dips and tortilla chips for $231 million. In just a few years' time, Morrison has transformed Campbell's from a classic pantry play on things like canned soup and a company with into a company that's way more fresh, natural, and organic. And that's why the stock's nearly doubled since that first Bolthouse Farms deal back in summer 2012. Not to mention running up 19% in 2015, along with more than 20% year to date. But like I mentioned to you before, you are getting a pullback right now because Campbell's cut its full-year revenue guidance yesterday. Thanks to a product recall at important Bolthouse Farms division, it sent the stock down a few percent. So should we be concerned that the story might be running out of steam? Does it make more sense to view the recent sell-off as a long-awaited buying opportunity in a stock with a fabulous track record? Let's take a closer look with Denise Morrison. She's the president and CEO of Campbell Soup. Find out more about how her company's doing and where it's headed. Ms. Morrison, welcome to Mad Money. Great to have you. Thank you so much. Have a seat, please. How are you? All right, the transformation is ongoing, and it's pretty intense, and you gave a great presentation yesterday where you talked about the ethos behind it and the cultural shift at Campbell's.
Yes.
So tell us.
You know, Jim, it all starts with our purpose, real food that matters for life's moments. And of all the things that I've done as CEO, putting together that team, cross-company, cross-business, businesses that we bought and core businesses, to really articulate what is our higher order reason for what we're doing. And we have a real food philosophy that really, real food has roots. It's made with recognizable ingredients, and it's from plants and animals. Real food is made with care. It's ethically sourced. Sustainability is important because we all are responsible to nourish our planet. And real food should be delicious, safe, affordable, and accessible to all, all without compromise.
Okay, so now, without compromise, and I understand, but the image of Campbell's that we know, that many of us who grew up on it, and I grew up basically across the river from Campbell's, is this, not farmer's market. The transformation is a fairly radical one. And the market clearly likes it. But you mentioned the last thing was affordable. And after yesterday's presentation, I'm wondering, because you talk about a challenged consumer, can we afford it?
We need to. We need to make food affordable and accessible. And in our transformation, we said we needed to strengthen our core business, our core soup business, which is the growth engine of the company, while at the same time expand into faster growing spaces. And it starts with the consumer. And you know, Jim, that consumers' preferences for food has changed.
Changed radically.
Changed radically. And, you know, I call them seismic shifts. And consumers really want health and well-being. And that's different things to different people. So it's no easy task.
Now, I know that the current growth rate is not what you want. It slipped back a little. But you also said that some of that is just going to be temporary. This is a secular change that you think you can produce 2, 3, 4% growth over time?
Well, I think that each of our divisions have portfolio roles. So in our core soup, simple meals, and beverage business, we're expecting moderate growth and margin expansion. In our global biscuits and snacks business, which is being driven by expansion into developing markets, we're expecting top and bottom line growth. So we call it managed growth. And in our C-Fresh division, our Campbell Fresh division, we're expecting accelerated growth in the consumer products goods part of that, the packaged fresh part.
Okay, so let's talk about the way to get accelerated growth. Some companies like Danone just bought White Wave. We know that General Mills bought Annie's. Are you talking about accelerated growth in part by making acquisitions, in part by doing venture capital, or is it just new products and advertising?
Yeah, it's all of the above.
Okay.
I think we call it new models of innovation. And in addition to internal and external innovation that we're working on, we also have interest in venture capital and in M&A. It's got to be smart and disciplined M&A, but yes, that's one way we will build the business.
Venture capital, can you tell me what in 2017 I might see that I don't know about yet?
Yeah.
That you can
Well,
reveal
I have
something?
to tell you that we've been watching this trend for a while now. There are, since 2010, 400 startups have received over $8 billion in venture funding. And it's disruption going on in the whole ecosystem of food, from buy, make, sell, deliver, okay? And it's pretty stunning. And the entrepreneurial spirit has moved from the garage in high tech to the kitchen in food. And so we believe that we need to participate in this. So you can either lead change or be a victim of it. We'd much rather lead it.
Now, if you're a victim of it, I would presume that means if you don't grow the company, that someone else is going to come along and buy you because you do have a lot of natural and organic.
Yeah. Well, we think, as we look at it, challenger brands are winning. And
Challenge, our viewers may not know what that, can you point to what would be
okay,
a
challenger brands are small brands that are purpose-driven and they meet a consumer need that's not being met.
Right.
And so keeping our eye on these brands is an important idea.
Right. Now, when I look at the Campbell Fresh that particular group, it doesn't really seem like it's Campbell's. Is that somewhat deliberate in the same way that Annie's is not meant to be frosted, is not meant to be Cheerios?
Well, actually, when you really look at the food, whether it's juices or salad dressings, it's really simple meals and it's beverages. These are categories we know. Campbell Fresh is also introducing Garden Fresh Gourmet Soup and Souplicity. So we're able to parlay our capabilities in shelf-stable food and express them in fresh food because that's where the consumer is going.
Okay, we've had Irwin Simon on many times, okay, from Hanes Celestial. He would tell you that he's taken share from you. Are you winning it back with that kind of thing?
Well, I believe that, you have to satisfy existing consumers, but at the same time, deliver on the needs of the next generation. The next generation of millennials is 80 million strong. And then you've got Generation Z nipping at their heels.
So we have room for everybody, is what you're saying?
Well, they shop differently, they eat differently. They, and we learned about them. We went to school on them. And so we need to make food that delivers for them.
All right, last thing, your history is actually based on vegetables.
Yes.
It seems like the world, the millennials, this Generation Z, vegetables are far more of the core of what they eat than we did when we were growing up.
Yeah, we have what's called a yes, yes list. Yes to vegetables and yes to whole grains. And we have observed that people are pursuing more of a plant-based diet, and we're making foods that are rich in vegetables. And Dr. John Dorrance, who invented condensed soup.
The Dorrance family. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Invented condensed soup. It was the first food product to take vegetables to the masses off-season. So that's our heritage and that's our future.
But when I hear that, I mean, it's still, this is pantry. Is it possible that this company could ever become to tip to 50, 55% of Campbell's Fresh? Or is that just not the right balance?
The consumer will take us where they want us to go. And I think what we have to do is we have to continue to make food that consumers want to eat. And, we're up to that challenge.
Well, it certainly works for shareholders, and it's also got a nice dividend. I want to thank you so much for coming on. That's Denise Morrison, President and CEO of Campbell's Soup Company. She's reinvented the company, and it's reinvented the stock. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.